All right. Meet Farah Archeron, your new favorite, or, well, the one we're stuck with. A struggling 19-year-old huntress who's freezing, starving, and somehow carrying her entire family on her back because apparently no one else feels like contributing. So there she is, deep in the woods, hunting for food when she spots a deer. Score! Except there's a massive wolf also eyeing her dinner. And when I say massive, I mean way too big to be normal. Red flag? Absolutely. Farah, being a professional and ignoring obvious signs of danger, decides to shoot the wolf anyway. Bam. Wolf down, dinner secured, pelt skinned, everything's great, right? Wrong. Because this wasn't just a wolf, it was a fairy. And in this world, killing fairies is not a casual Tuesday activity. But Farah, she just shrugs, takes her hard-earned meal home, and calls it a day. Little does she know she's just activated a whole fairy revenge quest, and she's about to be in deep trouble. So Farah returns home, victorious, wolf pelt, and deer in hand. You'd think her family would be grateful for the literal life-saving meal she just provided, right? Ha! Not a chance. Meet the Archeron family. Dad, former rich guy turned useless lump, spends his days whittling wood and avoiding responsibility. Nesta, the eldest sister, a professional complainer who refuses to lift a finger because she's not meant for poverty. Elaine, the middle sister, sweet, but about as useful as a decorative plant, more concerned with her garden than, survival. So while Farah is out here risking her life, her sisters are busy arguing over who gets the best new dress. Classic. Oh, and fun fact, Farah can't read. Yep. Turns out, when their mom died, who also wasn't great, by the way, she made Farah promise to take care of the family. So Farah's chilling at home, probably thinking about what to cook with her hard-earned fairy meat, ew, when, boom, her front door gets yeeted off its hinges by the biggest, angriest beast she's ever seen. Meet Tamlin, currently in big, terrifying beast mode. Think lion, wolf, bear, and absolute nightmare fuel all in one. He's very pissed off. Turns out that massive wolf Farah killed, yeah, that was one of his guys. Whoops. Who killed the wolf? He growls. Tamlin, following some ancient fairy tradition nonsense of eye for an eye, gives her two options. Die. Right now. Or come with him to his magical fairy mansion and never return. Before she can process this nightmare, her family doesn't even try to stop him. Like, not even a, wait, that's my daughter. Nope. Nesta, cool, take her. Elaine, so can I have her room? Dad, don't forget to write. Farah, rightfully pissed, has no choice but to go with the monster. So, off to Prithian she goes. After 2 days of travel, Farah wakes up to find herself at Tamlin's estate. And what the hell? It's a gorgeous, sunlit mansion straight out of a rich people's Pinterest board. No dungeon, no torture chamber, just a freaking fairy tale castle. Oh, and plot twist, Tamlin suddenly turns into a handsome guy. Tall, blonde, broody, and obviously magical. Farah is not impressed. And another strange thing, everyone at Tamlin's court is permanently stuck wearing masquerade masks. Like, forever. Because of a mysterious curse that naturally no one wants to talk about. Tamlin is frustratingly vague about why everyone is cursed, only saying it's due to a blight spreading across Prithian. Farah is not buying it, but what choice does she have? So, to recap, Farah is not dead, but she's now a prisoner in a fairy palace where everyone is hiding something, less of a win. Welcome to Prithian, you're gonna hate it here. So, Farah's plan is simple, escape. No way is she staying in this fairy prison, no matter how fancy the meals are. But there's a problem. 1, Tamlin is ridiculously fast. 2, the estate is crawling with magical creatures. 3, she has no idea where she is, so she plays along for now. Enter Lucien, Tamlin's right-hand fairy, professional sarcastic menace, and the only one in this castle with a personality. He roasts Farah for, murdering his friend, but eventually they form a reluctant friendship. He even tells her about the Suriel, a creepy, all-knowing fairy that will answer questions if she can trap it first. So naturally, Farah, being the queen of bad ideas, sets up a snare and captures the Suriel. She asks, how do I get out of here? And the Suriel, probably laughing, says, "Stay with the High Lord." Excuse me, what? Feyre is horrified. But before she can panic too much, she gets attacked by a group of nightmare fuel fae called the Naga. She holds her own, but Tamlin swoops in last minute like the dramatic hero he is and saves her. Moment of realization number 1. Tamlin might not be that bad. Then comes Callan May, aka Fire Knight, aka the worst night to sneak out. Tamlin warns Feyre to stay inside. So, naturally, she immediately sneaks out. She almost gets dragged away by creepy fae guys, but bam! A new mystery fae appears. Tall, dark, smirking, and extremely full of himself. His name is Rhysand, and spoiler, he's very important later. He casually scares off the creepy fae guys, takes one long, slow look at Feyre and says, "You're quite the curious human, huh?" Oh, and when he asks her name, Feyre panics and gives the fake name Claire Bador. Big mistake. Lucien finds her, drags her home, and tells her she's an idiot. Fair. Then Tamlin finds her, also calls her an idiot, and, just to prove a point, bites her neck in a magic-induced frenzy. This should be a giant red flag. But what does Feyre do? She starts falling for him anyway. Oh, Feyre. Sweetie, no. Alright, so Feyre is settling into her weird fairy prisoner life. She's painting, flirting with Tamlin, and completely ignoring the very obvious feeling that something is seriously wrong. Then everything goes to hell. Tamlin suddenly gets all broody, and before Feyre can figure out why, he sends her home. Wait, what? But when she returns home, she finds out Nesta remembers everything. Unlike everyone else, she was too stubborn for Tamlin's fairy magic to wipe her memories. Nesta immediately calls out the truth. Tamlin is in danger, and Feyre was sent away for her own protection. Feyre realizes she loves Tamlin, took you long enough, and races back to Prythian, only to find the spring court completely abandoned. Then she learns the real horror. Amarantha has taken Tamlin. I hear you thinking, who is Amarantha? Glad you asked. She's an ancient, sadistic, power-hungry fairy queen who rules over Prythian from her lair under the mountain. Ominous, right? She's also been stealing power from all the High Lords, including Tamlin. And fun fact, this entire time, Tamlin had one way to break the curse. He had to make a human girl fall in love with him and admit it before the deadline. Yep, a fairy-fied Beauty and the Beast, except instead of talking teapots and charming musical numbers, we get murder trials and a villainess who would eat Gaston for breakfast. And guess who almost confessed her feelings before leaving but didn't? Yep, Feyre. Congratulations, Feyre. Your emotional repression just doomed an entire fairy kingdom. So now she has to fix it, and that means heading straight into the belly of the beast under the mountain. The second she steps inside, she's greeted by Amarantha herself. And oh boy, this lady is the worst. Think evil queen mixed with sadistic overlord. She takes one look at Feyre and goes, "Oh, Tamlin let you go. How cute." Feyre tries to be brave, tries to demand Tamlin's freedom, and Amarantha just laughs. Then she snaps Feyre's bones like she's made of twigs. This woman is not messing around. But instead of outright killing her, Amarantha, being the drama queen that she is, decides to make things more fun. She gives Feyre a deal. Survive 3 deadly trials and Tamlin goes free. Or, if Feyre can solve a riddle, she'll win immediately. And boy, this riddle, it's painfully obvious. Like, so obvious, it will make you scream at your book in frustration. But does Feyre even attempt to figure it out? Nope, not even a little. She takes one look at it, panics, and decides, well, guess I'm doing the murder trials. Feyre's first challenge: fight a massive, man-eating worm in an underground maze. This thing is a flesh-eating, nightmare-inducing, oversized murder tube. It has teeth, and it lives in a pit of bones. Her solution: dig a pit of spikes and bait the thing into impaling itself. Genius. Disgusting. And somehow it actually works. The crowd shook. Amarantha mildly annoyed. But here's the problem. Feyre is brutally injured. Because somehow he always randomly pops up, there's Rhysand. And because nothing in Fairyland is free, he offers her a deal. The bargain: he'll heal her, but she has to spend 1 week per month with him forever. Feyre, that sounds kind of pathetic. Rhysand, do you want to die or do you want to be my occasional house guest? Feyre, fine. With a magic tattoo marking their bargain, Feyre is healed enough to face her next trial. Side note, these names, absolute chaos. Feyre, Feyre, Rhysand, Reese's Pieces. Honestly, even the characters in the book probably struggle. So if you're confused, don't worry, you're not alone. I'm just guessing at this point. Feyre's second challenge, pull the correct lever to stop a ceiling of spikes from turning her into a pancake. No problem, except she can't read. This would be a terrible time for a pop quiz, but Amarantha is nothing if not extra. Just as panic sets in, she hears a voice in her head. Rhysand, yes, that one again, nudges her toward the correct answer. She doesn't know why he's helping, but at this point, not questioning it, she picks the right lever, avoids becoming a fairy pancake, and lives to suffer another day. All right, it's time for Feyre's final trial. She's barely hanging on, bleeding, broken, and 100% regretting her life choices because now she has to kill 3 innocent fairies. And the third fairy is Tamlin. Yep, the love of her life, the reason she came here, the entire cause of her emotional damage. Absolute horror again. Feyre hesitates. She panics, she tries to figure a way out, but then, moment of realization, she remembers that Tamlin literally has a heart of stone. Oh, so that's why people kept mentioning his weirdly specific heart of stone thing. Good news, it wasn't just a cheesy metaphor. Stabbing him might actually work. Bad news, she still has to actually do it. So she stabs him, and surprise! He doesn't die because his heart is literally made of stone. Honestly, could have mentioned that earlier, Tamlin. Furious, Amarantha loses it. Instead of just admitting defeat like a normal villain, she decides to brutally kill Feyre instead. So she snaps every bone in Feyre's body, one by one, slowly. Why do villains always have to be so extra? Feyre is dying, Tamlin is useless, and no one seems able to stop Amarantha. But then, out of nowhere, Rhysand steps in. Told you he'd be important. Because, of course he does. Rhysand, chaos-loving, game-playing, secretly planning something Rhysand, tries to intervene. He distracts Amarantha, giving Tamlin a chance to finally do something useful. And what does Tamlin do? Rips Amarantha's throat out with his teeth. Okay, we'll give him some points for that one. Amarantha is dead. The curse is broken. Tamlin's power is restored. But Feyre, she's dead. Like, fully, actually, totally dead. Everyone just stands around like, well, this is awkward. And then, one by one, the High Lords, including Rhysand, because of course he's involved, step forward and pour a piece of their power into her. And just like that, Feyre is resurrected, except now she's High Fae. Yeah, she went from fragile human to immortal fairy in under 5 minutes. And does she feel great about this? No. Not even a little. Tamlin, naturally, is thrilled. He takes her back to the spring court, ready to live happily ever after. But something's off. She feels different. Stronger, faster, sharper, but also colder. She stares at her hands, at her newly inhuman hands, and feels nothing. Yeah, something is definitely not right.